Hello everybody, this is Nick from Arcade Hunters, and today I'm checking out Street Fighter 3 New Generation, and this is by very popular request. People wanted to see the Street Fighter 3 games, and I will oblige, so I'm going to do all 3 games of the Street Fighter 3 series, and I'm starting off with the original that started all back in February of 1997. Now, this is Capcom's second game that utilized their CPS3 hardware. The first game was Red Earth, or Wars It, depending on whatever country you played it from. But me, I've never seen a Red Earth machine. I really would like to play that, even though it pretty much is only kind of like a one-player experience, but I would have to get in that later. Now, for me, I really remember this game when it came out, because there was that whole part of time where people would always make fun of Capcom, saying that they could never count to 3, and all they would do would be updating Street Fighter 2 with all the different upgrades. And finally getting to see a real Street Fighter 3 come to life was really exciting for me. And I remember going to the arcade, and it was over at the Sports Plus, actually, that some of you guys might have seen in our older videos. And they didn't have the game in the usual fighting game cabinets. They used to have the big cabinets with the big button thing in the front and the giant 30-something inch monitors. They just had it on a regular cabinet. And I just remember the first time, there were people crowded around it. I didn't know what game they were playing, and I finally saw the marquee, and it just said 3 on it, and that's why I had to include it in the beginning of the video, because it was just so cool. Finally, Capcom made a Street Fighter 3, and when the game came out in my arcade, it was very unpopular, and I don't think the game lasted more than a couple months before they ended up pulling it out and getting something else, because people, when they saw the game, right here you're looking at the player select screen, they just said, what the hell is this? There's only 10 characters on the screen, 11 if you count Yin and Yang with the palette swap. And from, I was watching those Nostalgia Gamer episodes over on Game Trailers, and I heard originally that they were going to completely scrap the cast from Street Fighter 2, so when they ended up hearing the fan backlash from it, they added in Ken and Ryu. So, to kind of give him more familiarity. And it was weird, just people were really used to, I guess, the Versus series with just the crazy over-the-top combos. So it was weird going back to, the basics of Street Fighter with a more, reduced character list, and just having, the ability to choose just one super art rather than having, many at your disposal now, was just really barren to people. And the other thing that really turned people off was the ability of the Parry System. And, if you did spend time and you got used to how to parry your opponent's moves, you'd really made it, that much better that you could, pull up different combos and stuff like that. But for me, and I know a lot of other people, it was just really hard to get a hang of that. Because, playing Street Fighter since '87, we were always taught to hold back to block and attack, not dash forward as you're about to be attacked. And even with all the mini-games and stuff like that, all the training modes, it's still very hard to do. But, if you do put your time and effort into it, it does pay off. And some of the other things they actually added in from Darkstalkers, they added in a dash feature. You could dash back to retreat, you could dash forward to apply pressure, and there's also a shirt hop that you could do. And also, as you saw from that other match, they actually have a new stun gauge meter that builds up, and the more you build up, that's when it decides that you can stun your opponent and you just open them up for free hits. Now here's one of the new characters, Elena. I really like the new characters. It took a while to get used to them. Most people, I think, would just play as Ibuki because they wanted some aerial projectile moves and stuff like that. I did use Dudley a lot in the original game. It's just really hard to I was thinking of him as a charge character. I was going to use him like Balrog, and it ended up not working like that at all. Now, this Dreamcast version that you're playing, there's actually a way you can play as the final boss, Gil. And that was not available in any of the arcade versions that you could play as him. And, you can just see right here from just all the the CPS3 hardware, it just made the game look amazing. I mean, there's no other Capcom game at the time that could match these style of graphics. And, SNK tried their best with the Neo Geo with stuff like Last Blade 2 and Garou Mark of the Wolves, but this game I just remember just seeing how beautiful it looked, and it still looks that great today. So, this is Street Fighter 3 New Generation. I'm going to be back with the second game of the series, and that's Giant Impact. So thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos here on Arcade Hunters. Once again, I'm Nick. Thanks for watching.